Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Chabalava Giribaradari Gopi Chabalava Giribaradari Yashodanandana Gajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Gajajanaranjana Jamunadira Vanachari Jamunadira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kancha Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paraman Sarai Vichaka Jai Sita Sadashi Shimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Mukam karati vachalam bhangam lankate girim yakipam tamaham mande si guru nidatarinam Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshumiritam Yena Tassamai Shri Gurave Namaha. So I'd like to welcome you to the first of 2 days of our seminar on Lord Brahma's prayers for mercy. So we're going to be discussing a lot about the word mercy. We're all mercy cases. We all need mercy. We need as much mercy as we can get. So in this seminar, you'll learn what are the symptoms of mercy. How do you know you have the mercy? How to get the mercy. That will be more tomorrow. Today we'll discuss more about what is mercy and the symptoms. And the scene is at the beginning of creation. The Lord is the actual creator of this world. He gives the life, He gives all the living entities, and He gives the blueprint for the creation. And Brahma, he's called the creator, but actually he's not the creator, he's just an engineer. He gets the blueprint, and then he puts all the planets and the places in the right place, and the people in their right places, and gives them their bodies. But he cannot give the original seed. He just gives, he provides the place of residence and the bodies, like an engineer. So he is praying, he is offering prayers to the Supreme Lord, Krishna, in his expansion as Vishnu, so that he can get some power to create. All of us, in any activity that we do in our lives, we need to be empowered. So the prayers that we're going to hear today are all about becoming empowered to do our, if we are devotees, to do our service for the Lord. And so, since this is going to be about mercy, first I'd like to hear what you think. If you think of the word mercy, what word comes into your mind? You think of the word mercy. Something you don't deserve. That's causeless mercy. Causeless mercy, yeah, mercy. But you think that way because you're a devotee, but most people think they deserve the mercy, I think. Yeah? Something I really need. Okay. Yeah, something I really need. Uh-huh. Yes? Love. Okay, yes? Kindness. Kindness, good. Yeah, these are all synonyms of mercy. And we're always looking for mercy in our lives. Often we think sometimes somebody does something difficult that we don't appreciate. And we think, well, yes, justice for that person, but mercy for me. But actually, No, everyone needs mercy. And so sometimes we have to forgive if someone doesn't do something exactly the way we expect. So now I have given you two papers. Now one paper is called A Chart on Mercy. And before the verses come, I've given you a definition. Not a definition, but symptoms of mercy. When you get the mercy of the Lord, what are the symptoms? And there's a verse, and these are Sanskrit words that describe what are the symptoms of mercy. So first word on your chart is Brahma. Brahma means the Brahman. The Brahman is the light that we see, the white light, which is beyond the sun, where the sun is getting its light. It's called Brahman. Brahman. So its greatness, the greatness of the mercy can only be compared to Brahman, unlimitedly great and unlimitedly expanding. Now the second word is Paramam, no comparison to this mercy in this world. And Sukshmam, very fine, the finest quality of love. So all of us are looking for love. But just imagine if you can have the love of the greatest supreme person. We are really small in comparison to him. But if he can give you so much love that you can go on for eternity experiencing that love. And he wants to, and he's waiting for us to give us his love. And so it's compared to Sukshmang. It's a very fine reciprocation between you and the Lord. Now it's further described as Chin Matram, completely spiritual, beyond even the mode of goodness in this world. And it's called Sat, it's eternal, and Anantakam, unlimited. So just imagine that your mercy doesn't stop. It keeps growing and growing and never stops. So that's the kind of mercy we're looking for here. Spiritual mercy. Material mercy has a limit. It has a beginning and an end. But spiritual mercy is eternal and unlimited. So, yes, we talked about causeless mercy. Now, this is the place, you have come to the place to get causeless mercy. Now, the deities are closed, but when they open at 6:30, and they will smile upon us, and we can get some causeless mercy. On the left side here, to our left will be Gornitai. There's no pictures of them here. They don't see if we're qualified or not. So that's usually if you go for a job or something, they see your qualifications. But when they're giving the mercy, they don't see. They just give blindly, whoever comes in. Because they're so intoxicated with love of God, they don't see who is qualified and who is not qualified. Now, Srila Prabhupada here, he is giving us causeless mercy. He is the representative of Gaurnitai, Rukmini, Dwarkadish, and Jagannath. And he came selflessly to this world just to expand the love of Godhead and to give us causeless mercy. So, we may not be qualified for the mercy, but still it comes. That is called causeless mercy. So this is, most of us don't have much qualification to engage in devotional service. It's a very high thing. But because we are here, because we are in connection with Srila Prabhupada, then we are able to access the mercy from the spiritual world. He is the one who it's coming through him. So therefore we'll talk aloud about Srila Prabhupada also in this class today. So now, what's happening at the beginning of creation? Brahma has woken up. It's the beginning of his day. His day is quite longer than our day. It's, according to our years, 4,300,000,000 years. Now he's just like we wake up in the morning, and the first thing we do is we offer our prayers. We come here at 4:30 in the morning. We do Mangalarti. So Brahma is waking up and he's doing his Mangalarti too. He's coming and he's offering his prayers. And he's explaining to us about the mercy. The beginning of creation, the Lord was alone, and he saw that his material energy was sleeping, and he wanted to wake her up to enjoy with him. Not only was the material energy sleeping, we were all sleeping also. So the purpose of creation is the compassion of the Lord. He was feeling compassion. Oh, let everyone wake up and enjoy with me. So that's the purpose, that we should learn how to be spiritual enjoyers, not material enjoyers, separate from Krishna. Enjoy with Krishna. Enjoy with Krishna. He's having a party every day up in the spiritual world, and we're all invited. We're all invited to that party. But how to get there? Yes, that requires a little bit of effort on our part. But mercy is coming, and the mercy is coming, and today we will try to access some of that mercy by hearing the prayers of Brahma. And we'll hear about different things. Spiritual life is quite different from material life. Spiritual senses are quite different from material senses. We'll hear a bit about spiritual senses today and how they work. So Brahma, in the beginning of his prayers, he said, "Oh Lord, after so many years of penance, I am knowing you now. Unfortunate, how unfortunate embodied living entities that they cannot know you." So he was seeing now the Lord face to face. And that's something we aren't able to do like Lord Brahma. Of course, if we come to the temple, then we can see. Hopefully we will see them soon, 6:30, I think. Okay, good. 6:30 we will see the Lord face to face, and that will be helpful for us. We will see. He is seeing a different form of the Lord. Here we have Rukmini Dwarkadi. She was seeing the form of Vishnu, with a lotus flower coming from his navel, and on top of that lotus flower was Brahma, offering his prayers. So he's grateful for his good fortune, but at the same time, he's thinking about us. He's worried about us, who can't remember Krishna, who can't know Krishna. He wants to give us mercy. So how do we get the mercy? From the pure devotees, like Srila Prabhupada, like Brahma. They give mercy to us. So how was Brahma able to see the Lord? He performed austerity. What was his austerity? For 100 years, he chanted Gayatri Mantra. So we don't have 100 years. Who knows how many years we have? And we're chanting Hare Krishna. And that is our austerity, to be able to see the Lord face to face. Our austerity is to chant Hare Krishna. So the mercy is coming to us through the pure devotees. Somehow or other we came in contact with Srila Prabhupada. There was one example of one of my godbrothers in Germany, I believe. Anyway, it was in Europe. He was coming to the temple on Sundays for the feast, and he was a boxer. He was a fighter by profession. He was a professional fighter. And the devotee said, "Why don't you just come and stay with us now?" He said, no, I'm too attached to my fighting. I cannot stay with you." So then Prabhupada came to the temple. And so he stayed for a few days when Srila Prabhupada was here. And then Prabhupada was leaving, and he got into his car to go, and there was a big crowd of devotees saying goodbye. And this boxer is pushed in the front, and his face was plastered against Prabhupada's window of his car. And Prabhupada was staring at him. And after that, he said, he came to the devotees and said, okay, I'm joining you. I'm going to live here with you. I'm going to be a devotee now. They said, well, what about your fighting career? He said, how can I go back to my fighting after getting a glance like that from Srila Prabhupada? So Prabhupada was very powerful. Just by his glance, he could give you a taste, he could attract you to do something for Krishna. So Brahma, he's seeing this form, this pure form, free from material contamination. This form is coming just to show mercy to the devotees. So the form that he is seeing is similar to these forms you see here, Vijay and Vijay, 4 hands um, with the 4 symbols. They don't have the 4 symbols, but yes, 4-handed form of Vishnu. So Brahma says, "Oh my Lord, I don't see a form superior to your present form of bliss and knowledge. I'm proud of my material body, but you are the source. You are untouched by matter." So you have this chart. Again, look on your chart. We're on verse 3. It shows characteristics of the Lord. Natara param, nothing is beyond his personality. Anandamatram, he's a reservoir of pleasure. So we have reservoirs in LA, I think, I don't know, or just the ocean, I don't know. No lakes here. Well, so, but he has a lake of pleasure. He is a lake of pleasure, reservoir of pleasure, the Lord is. So if you're looking for happiness, that's the place to go. The reservoir of pleasure. Rasaraj. Vishwashijam, he's the creator. Vishamatman, he's the soul. Ta upashitosmi. So Brahma is surrendering unto him. There is a verse later on in Bhagavatam that in time, learned philosophers or scientists might be able to count all the atoms of the earth, particles of snow, or perhaps even the shining molecules radiating from the sun, the stars, and other luminaries. But they cannot count the unlimited qualities of the Lord. That's one thing that's beyond them. And the very interesting thing about the Lord's qualities, he's got millions and billions. He's got one for each and every one of us that will attract us to him, Sanatana Goswami says. That the Lord has so many qualities that there is one special quality that will attract us to him. So I'd like you to think for a minute. Some of you have already been here for many years, and you have come here, and you've been attracted. So I would like you to think of what a quality of Krishna attracts you to him. What quality? You have learned something, those who have been here. Yeah? His beautiful face. Soon we're going to see it. Yes, what other quality attracts you? His eyes. Okay, yes. Artist. Yeah? His activities. Okay. Yes, nobody can compare to his activities. We try to imitate the Lord, but we can't come close. Yes? He's a musician. Are you a musician? Okay. He's got something for everyone. Whatever you are, he's got the whole complete musical repertoire there. In fact, it's all coming from him. He's the original musician. Yes, he's the original. And we are just copying. Yes? He what? Oh, you like that he kills the demons. Okay. Are you a fighter? No. You leave the fighting to him. Okay, that's smart. Better we leave it, yeah? He's merciful. Okay. Yeah, that's for our class. We want the mercy. So we want to see that aspect. Intelligence, supremely intelligent. So if you're looking for intelligence, and there's a way to get tap into his intelligence. You know how to tap in? You chant Hare Krishna. Because when you chant, you're connecting with the Lord in the heart. And he's giving, the Lord in the heart is where our intelligence is coming from. So if you want to tap in, you chant, and you connect with him, and he can give you unlimited intelligence. Whatever kind of intelligence you're looking for, but better to look for spiritual intelligence than material. But he'll give you material too, if that's what you want. Because it's all coming from him. Yeah. Okay, any other qualities of the Lord that His name? All his names. Oh, you like the name Krishna best. Okay. All attractive. Krishna is all attractive. Yes. Okay. Good. So now we have discussed the qualities of Krishna. We're ready for the mercy. So he talks about this form. Krishna also is auspicious for all the universes. And those who neglect this form, the impersonal, who are attracted to the impersonal, just the white light, they are pilgrims to hell because they waste their time in mundane speculation. They like to argue. We don't want to waste our time arguing, but we want to meditate on the form of the Lord. Okay, let's now go on your other piece of paper. You got some verses here. We're going to sing a verse together. Some of these verses we're going to sing together, the special ones. So this is a very special verse of Lord Brahma's prayers. So we're going to sing it. I will sing one line, and you can repeat after me. Ye tu tadiya charanam bhujako shagandham. Ye tu tadiya charanam chako shagandham. Chikranti karna vivarai shutivatanitam. Kranti karna vivarai shutivatanitam. Pakyagihita charana paraya chatesham. Pakyagihita Charana paraya chatesham na paishina daridayam buruhat swapunsam. O my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet carried by the air of Vedic sound through the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. So here we're talking about spiritual senses. Has anyone had experience of smelling through your ears? This is an example of spiritual senses. You can do anything with your senses. You can eat with your eyes. You can smell with your ears. You can taste with your hands. Yes, everything is interchangeable. So here's an example of smelling through your ears. Now, what are you smelling through your ears? It's described, you're smelling Krishna's lotus feet. So the next question is, if you're going to smell Krishna's lotus feet, what do they smell like? Lotus flowers? Okay. Anything else they smell like? What do they smell like, Krishna's lotus feet? Musk, yeah. Sandal, Every day we put sandalwood. Tulsi, yeah, they smell like tulsi flowers. So soon we'll see them. Now this will help us make our desire strong, that we can soon see. Okay, what else do they smell like? Lotus, tulsi. Yeah, honey. Which flowers? Jasmine, okay, we have jasmine there too. Lilies, all kind of flowers. Assorted flowers, especially tulsi. Good. So now we're smelling through the ears. We're making progress in spiritual life. This is a very high thing to do. How can you smell through your ears? Because you remember the fragrance. When you hear about it, then you smell it. Just like when you're talking on the phone with somebody and you remember the person, you're seeing through your ears. You're seeing the person. Even though you're not seeing them physically, you're seeing them through your ears. So it's possible even in this world to experience these things. So you can smell through your ears also. So this is wonderful. The ears are wonderful for spiritual life. And the lotus, what happens when we smell the Lord's lotus feet through our ears? His feet come through our ears and they land in our heart. And we have a lotus in our heart, and the Lord sits on the lotus of our heart. And He cleans our heart. When we chant Hare Krishna, the Lord is in there cleaning up our heart. So then He's making a nice place for Him to sit. Otherwise, there's so much garbage there. And we have to be careful not to put more. So Srila Prabhupada, he had Krishna's lotus feet in his heart, so he could give Krishna to us. Prabhupada was so attractive to everyone, just like Krishna. So now I'd like you to think, those of you who have some association with Srila Prabhupada, what qualities of Srila Prabhupada attract you to follow him, to follow his instructions? Yes? Compassion. His compassion, yeah, age of 70, he left India, went on a free boat ride, had 2 heart attacks on the way and didn't give up. Thank God for us. And he came to save us. He came to help us, give us this mercy. He carried the mercy of the Lord before it was locked in India. Nobody had this information in the Western countries, and Prabhupada did come and give it. Okay, any other? Humbleness, humility. He never took credit. Even though he did so much, he never took credit. Yes? Love and patience. Yes, love and patience. He had to be patient with us. He had to be very patient with us. He's still patient with us. He's still being patient. You can offer your prayers to him. He's still here with us. And he will answer your prayers. Okay, any other qualities of determination? Yes. Yes. Fidelity to disciplic succession. So in case somebody is new here, disciplic succession means the chain of gurus from Krishna himself. And he was faithful to that. He didn't change anything. He just repeated the message as it is. Yeah, everybody has their own philosophy. They take the Bhagavad Gita and put their own philosophy in it. But Prabhupada didn't do that. So, good. Any other qualities of Prabhupada that attract you to him, to follow him? His what? Humor. His sense of humor. Wow. Yeah. Hi, Gornitai. So here's Gornitai. They're also giving mercy. Whoever comes today and sees them will get a lot of mercy. And in the middle is Rukmini Dwarkadish, the lotus feet we were talking about. You can see now his lotus feet. And Jagannath Balaram and Subhadra. Jai. Good. Now, any more qualities of Srila Prabhupada? His knowledge. Okay. Good, good. All right, yes? His kind. He was very kind. His kindness. Okay. Good, good. So we are appreciating Srila Prabhupada. Now, I would like to give you some homework, but nothing you have to write or nothing very difficult. Before tomorrow, I want you to look in your day, how is mercy coming to you? Think, how is mercy coming? That is your homework for tomorrow. Just look at your day. When you wake up in the morning, think, okay, I'm looking for mercy today. How is the mercy coming to me? There's some papers there you can take. Yeah. We're talking about mercy. We talked about Brahma giving mercy and Prabhupada giving mercy. And the qualities of Prabhupada. So before we go on, I'd just like to discuss this concept of mercy coming to you. How is the mercy coming to you, actually? If you think about your life, how is it coming? Wait, what? Yes? We're chanting Hare Krishna, and mercy is coming. Okay, from chanting, the mercy is coming. Good. Yeah? Okay, so rectifying our mistakes. Sometimes mercy comes in a difficult way. It doesn't always come in an easy way. Sometimes, yeah. Sadhu Sangha. By associating with devotees, we get mercy. Okay, good, good. So I want you tomorrow to look for the mercy. How is it coming to you? And sometimes it may come in ways that we don't appreciate. We may get mercy that we don't expect, and it's not the kind that we especially want. What to do? I mean, when the mercy comes in really nice ways, we say, oh, thank you, Krishna, thank you, thank you. But what happens when something comes to us that is a little bit more difficult? Then what do? I can give you an exercise of what to do when the mercy comes in difficult ways. So I learned this in a seminar from one of my own students, Adi Purush. So he was saying that you write down a list of 10 reasons why you're thankful for this mercy. So I'll give you an example. His computer broke. He said, thank you, Krishna, for breaking my computer, because now I will have more time for exercise. Thank you for breaking my computer, because now I won't forget how to write with a pen. Thank you for breaking my computer, because now I'll use my brain more. Thank you for breaking my computer, because now I will get a new computer. By the time he got to number 10 in his list, his computer started working. So this happens a lot. When you change your attitude, the whole thing changes. You can try this exercise sometimes and see how it works. Many people have tried this and have told me that it does work like that. So, okay, we're looking for the mercy tomorrow. Now, on your chart, we see the fate of people who cannot see the Lord, people who avoid the Lord. They're embarrassed by all anxieties. They try to protect their money, body, and friends. And they don't chant and hear. They don't pray to the Lord. And they engage in sense gratification for a very short time. So how to be, these people of this world have so much anxiety. How to be free of anxiety? Prabhupada tells us in a purport of one of these verses that the pure devotee doesn't think himself the proprietor. If you think you own something, then you're full of anxiety. That'll start it. If you might lose it or something might happen. So he leaves everything to the Lord's control. Okay, you do what's best for me. I know you're doing what's best for me. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of our gurus, he said, my family, how do I see my family? They're all servants of the Lord. And my duty is to maintain them. So how to be free of anxiety? You chant Hare Krishna. And this will help you to be free of anxiety. So the happiness that people are looking for, this verse, it says, it lasts for only 1/6 of a second. And for that, they are sacrificing their lives. Very, very difficult. So what kind of problems do we have? Hunger, thirst, severe cold, bile, attacked by coughing winter, blasting summer, rain, and other disturbing elements. And anger. Brahma says, I take pity on them, and I am a grief for them. And so Brahma is our guru. He's trying to bring us back to the spiritual world. And so he's giving us the process. So different classes of men suffer in this world. They work in factories. They can't sleep at night. So one of my godbrothers, again, he used to work in a factory. Anybody here used to work in a factory? Good. Good for you. You didn't. You don't want to work in a factory. So you did. Okay. Prabhupada said factory is another word for hell. And so One of my godbrothers, by a Hari, he used to work in factory, in a steel factory, in hot fires. He said he almost had a nervous breakdown. And he told Srila Prabhupada that I couldn't work in this factory. I couldn't take it. And Prabhupada said, yes, that's because in your last life, you were all Brahmanas, and now we are all back here together again. So yes, we cannot, it's very difficult to live in this world and work hard day and night for just a little pleasure. So therefore, we recommend that you do austerity like Brahma did. He did austerity for eternal pleasure. Eternal pleasure. You chant in here. And we're going to go to your sheet on the verses. And we're going to say a verse together. Again, 3, 9, 11. This is the second one on your sheet. I'll say one line and then you can repeat after me. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita hrit saroja. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita hrit saroja. Ase shutek shitapato nanunata punsam. Se shutek shitapato nanunata punsam. Yaya dhyata urugaya vibhavayanti. Yadhyata urugaya vibhavayanti tatta vapu pranayase sadanugrahaya. Vapu pranayase sadanugrahaya. Oh my Lord, your devotees can see you through the ears by the process of bona fide hearing, and thus their hearts become cleansed, and you take your seat there. You are so merciful to your devotees that you manifest yourself in the particular eternal form of transcendence in which they always think of you. So, the Lord is already in our heart. He's in everyone's heart. He's even in the heart of the dogs and the cats and the flies and the mosquitoes. You don't have any mosquitoes here, huh? No, that's good. That's one good thing about LA. So he's already in our heart, but here in this verse it says he's taking his seat there. What does it mean he takes his seat there? It means that when we chant, when we hear, when we pray, it's like we're calling him. We're calling him and we're seeing him in one of these forms, like Jagannath, like Rukmini Dwarkadish, like Gaura-Nitai. And then he comes and sits in our heart so we can see him in our heart. That's what it means when it says he takes his seat there. Now he's there, but we can't see him. So that's why we have the beautiful deities outside, so we can see what he looks like in our heart. And there is a beautiful picture in the original Bhagavad Gita, the really old one in 72. There is a picture of a devotee chanting japa on his beads in front of the deities and meditating. That was his meditation. And so next to that picture was a picture of a yogi seeing the Lord's form in the heart. And it progressed and progressed, and finally the both of them were out. The yogi was dancing and the devotee was dancing. They were both dancing and chanting in Hari Nam. So that's going on today on the streets. The devotees are out dancing. Well, we're here also, we're hearing about the Lord in the heart, and we're hearing some beautiful verses and prayers from Lord Brahma. So, a very interesting verse, it says, if the devotee can demand the Lord to come and sit in his heart. How is that possible? What? Out of love. In the spiritual world, everything is based on love. If you love the Lord so much, he will reciprocate your love by showing himself in your heart. So everything is controlled. Even here, everything is controlled by love, but it's a different kind of love. It's a selfish love. We'll hear more about that a few verses later. So how can we get this love for God? By practicing devotional service. Bhakti Yoga, the path of bhakti, is training us how to get that love of Godhead. And it's described what happens. We heard about smelling the Lord's lotus feet in verse 5. And now in this verse, we're seeing the Lord. Our ears can also see. Our ears can also see. They can smell and they can see the Lord's form. He enters through our ears. He sits on our lotus of our heart and cleans the dust of material association, just like rains coming upon pools of muddy water. So it is said a single pure devotee of the Lord can deliver all the people of the universe. And so this is Srila Prabhupada. He is that devotee, and he's also helping us to become pure devotees like him and spread this mercy for everyone. So there are two types of devotees. Brahma talks about that in his prayer, which you don't have in front of you, but I'll just tell you that there's one type of devotee who worships the Lord, but he's full of material desires. So the Lord is not so much pleased with him, but he's more pleased with one who is selfless and preaches. So there's words for them. Sakam devotee means one who has the desires. Nishkam devotee means one who has no material desires. So there's difference in their behavior. The one who has desires is simply on the spiritual path just for his own self, and he doesn't care about others. But the devotee, the Nishkam, he is selfless, and he wants not only himself to have the mercy, he wants everyone to have the mercy. He wants everyone. So Srila Prabhupada was such a devotee. He had no desires. He came here with only 40 rupees, not even $7. He got a free ride on the boat. And he simply came and chanted and tried to attract us to Krishna. His mercy, he spread his mercy. And we were touched. And that's why we followed him. Because we saw he was selfless. We saw that he didn't want anything for himself. He just wanted to help us. So one afternoon, I'll tell you a story, how he was so compassionate. He was sitting in a chair, and it was near a beach, I think, I don't know where, somewhere on the East Coast. Because he was recuperating, he had a stroke. And he was sitting, and Govinda Dasi was his servant, and she was sitting next to him. And she said, suddenly I saw this large slug. You know what a slug is? Those of you who have gardens, they're like worms. They're kind of slimy, ugly, like something without a shell. One of those, very slimy creatures, very ugly and very. You have seen slugs, yeah. Okay, so she saw this slug, and she said, "Ugh, look at that creature." And Srila Prabhupada said, looked at the slug, and his face grew full of love and compassion, and he said to Govinda, "Chant to the poor creature." So she was sitting and chanting Hare Krishna to the slug, and so she couldn't believe how compassionate Prabhupada was. He did not discriminate between people, human beings, animals, and even insects and slugs. He wanted to give the mercy to everyone. And so she said, from that day my vision also changed, and I didn't see slugs again like that as before. And so people in this world, they also perform pious activities, so that's appreciated. They don't go in vain, but better to do devotional service. So in one prayer, Brahma says, he mentions the word rasa. Just like I said before, that there is a party going on in the spiritual world. There is an eternal party. And we're all invited to that party. And there's a dance going on called Rasa Dance, and we're all invited to that dance. And Krishna is inviting all of us, and all we have to do is just chant Hare Krishna and try to follow the path of bhakti. And at the end of our life, we will join the eternal party in the spiritual world, or maybe even before, if you're lucky. Of course, they're having a Harinam party today, also out there dancing in the streets, inviting everyone to come and join the party. And this is mentioned in one of these verses, rasa, rasa. So now we will go to verse 15, which is the last verse we will do today. Your verse sheet 3915, it's the third verse on your sheet. Yasyavatara guna karma vidambanani. Yasyavatara guna karma vidambanani. Namani yesu vikame vivasha ginanti. Mani yesu vikame vivasha ginanti. Tenaika jama shamalam sahasaiva hitva. Kajanma shamalam sahasaiva hitva. Samyantya pavitamritam tamajam prapadye. Ram yatamritamritam tamajam prapadme. Let me take shelter of the lotus feet of him whose incarnations, qualities, and activities are mysterious imitations of worldly affairs. One who invokes his transcendental names even unconsciously at the time he quits his life is certainly washed immediately of the sins of many, many births and attains him without fails. So 2 points here in this verse. The first point is there is something mysterious about Krishna. How is he an actor imitating the activities of ordinary beings? Because he plays as a small child. It's like we saw some small children here. And he was playing, just crawling like other children crawl. But he was different from other children in that somebody came to kill him when he was just a small baby, drinking milk from his mother's breast. She also gave him milk to drink, but she gave poison along with the milk. And he took out the poison, and he also took her life and gave her the position of mother because she came as a mother. He's very merciful. Even though someone came to kill him, he didn't see the bad. He saw the good. Oh, she came to give me milk. Let me make her my mother in the spiritual world. And so, however we approach Krishna, that is good. But the mystery is, how could he be God and be afraid of his mother one time he was naughty and his mother was running after him with a stick? And how can he simultaneously be creating all the worlds and doing all these things? That's the mystery. So you'll find out when you get there to the spiritual world. It's very difficult to comprehend. So now the second part, first part was there's a mystery. The second part is that if you chant his holy name even unconsciously at the time of death. So there's a story about one man in Eastern Europe. True story. He got one of his roommates got our Bhagavad Gita. So we have these Bhagavad Gitas over here. I think they sell them on Sunday. So he got this, his roommate got it, and he picked up this Gita, he started reading it. And he read one sentence, "For the soul there is neither birth nor death." And then he got upset and he just threw it. Ah, what rubbish. He was a drunkard, actually. He couldn't appreciate Bhagavad Gita. So then the time came, he drank a little bit too much. And he went to the Lord of Death, Yamaraj, and Yamaraj said, "You are so sinful, you must suffer. And what are you going to do now?" So he remembered that one sentence from Bhagavad Gita, "Oh, for the soul, there is neither birth nor death." Yamaraj said, "Oh, that's amazing." And he said, "Okay, go back." He let him go back to his life. And that man picked up that Bhagavad Gita, read the whole thing, found the address of the temple, and went and joined, became a nice brahmachari. So then, but after a few months, he got a little bit disturbed. He said, this is too much austerity, I need a drink. He went back out and he started drinking for a whole day. And then, at the end of the day, he was in this bar, and the bartender said, okay, we got to close now, you have to leave. And then the bartender said, what are you going to do now? And he got such a fright. He said, oh, that's what Yamaraj told me. And he went right back to the temple and became a good brahmachari. So, yeah, it's very powerful. The chanting is very powerful. The books are very powerful. The books are very powerful. So, I'll tell you one more story about this was another near-death experience. Somebody, one person had a near-death experience, and they went to Yamaraj again, the Lord of Death, and they were listing all the sinful activities that the person had done. And they said, anything good, any one good thing this person has done. And they said, yes. He waved to the Harinam party on the streets. And the whole court of Yamaraj went, oh. And how many times did he wave? 4 times. Oh. So they said, okay, if we send you back, what will you do? He says, I will become Hare Krishna devotee. And so that person also joined. That was recently in Eastern Europe. And so this is a very powerful process. If we just even unconsciously chant the holy name at the time of death, then we can join the party in the spiritual world. We can go and join the party. So this is the mercy is coming. And so we will stop today, and tomorrow we'll hear more about the mercy and how to get the mercy. So remember, you have a little homework that look for mercy coming to you tomorrow. How is the mercy coming? And remember, if it's a difficult type of mercy, you can try that exercise of remembering, being thankful, being grateful. We should be grateful when the mercy comes. Be grateful to Krishna. Mercy is here, Srila Prabhupada, and the deities. Okay, any questions or comments? Yes.
So everything is Krishna's mercy.
Oh, everything is. We know everything is Krishna's mercy.
Everything is Krishna's mercy. So how do we start to appreciate what the mercy comes, good or not so good, as we say? How do we learn to just appreciate the mercy?
How do we learn to appreciate the mercy, whether it comes good or bad?
We can see everything is good.
Yeah. Well, when it comes in a difficult way, we can understand that we can trust Krishna. Krishna knows what's best for me. This is the best thing that can happen to me. Because Krishna, we see our relationship with Krishna and we're seeing, oh, he's giving me this mercy. He's giving it to me. So it must be for the best. It must be for he sees what I need right now. So then we have to see, okay, so if it's for the best for me, what can I learn? First of all, we're in school of life. So we have to ask, what can I learn from this situation? What is the lesson that I have to learn? That's the first thing. And the second thing is, there's a message here. What is the message he's trying to tell me? So there's a lesson and there's a message. We should look for the lesson and we should look for the message. And until we learn our lesson, we'll keep getting the same lesson. Once we learn, Prabhupada said, once you learn your lesson, then you're free. Then you're free. And what I noticed in life is that lesson is usually means a change of attitude, how you see the world. According to how you see everything, if you see very positively that, oh, this is good, then it will be good. And it will change everything. If you see negatively, it will be negative. You will have a negative experience. And so we need to learn to see things positively, that this is, oh, the Lord is reaching out to me. He's trying to teach me something, and He's doing the best thing for me, because if He didn't do this, then I would probably be doing some nonsense, and I would be doing something that is not the best thing for me. Yes. Yes. Is this all helping us to surrender is the question? The answer is yes. Yeah, surrender. He wants us to surrender, but when we surrender, we get freedom. See, now we're in the prison of the material world, the prison of our mind. Our mind is keeping us a prisoner. So if we surrender to Krishna and we have the desires that He has, if we have the attitude that He has, how He sees everyone, then we'll be free. We'll be free from our conditioning of our mind. And we'll be able to live in freedom. Because if you surrender, you cross over the ocean of material existence, Gita says. Krishna says, you surrender to me, you can cross over these difficulties very easily. So that is surrender. Usually the word is something we don't like to hear. Because in this world, when you surrender, then the people exploit you. But if you surrender to Krishna, then He will reward you with His love. Then we can open ourselves to His love when we surrender to Him. So that is why he asks us to surrender. I want you to join my party, Krishna says. Come, surrender to me. I'll protect you from all your sinful reactions, he says. Don't worry. Mashucha, don't worry. I will help you. I will help you. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, the class is short today. You have a question? Okay, it's not so short. Yes, they're amazing prayers. Yes. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's a good perception there. We're the ones who are imitating, not him. He's the original naughty boy. Yeah. Yeah, to attract us. You want the best son, you want the best lover, you want the best friend. See how Krishna can be your best friend, your best lover, best child. That's true. Thank you for that. That's a really nice perception. That actually, he is not imitating us, we are imitating him. He's the original. Right. 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 It's mysterious here. How can God be like us? People think God must be something. Of course, he is something else. Right. Right. That is the reality, and this is not. Right. That is your real family. Good. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, come and see.
I've only seen you in the water. I never saw you all dressed up.
Yeah, it was nice. A lot of people came. It was okay. Thank you. Good participation. Yeah, tomorrow will be the last. Haribo. Oh, good. I'm glad.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. You should sit on the chair.